Greetings wherever you are. Welcome to TSM and Project G8. And today we're going to talk about skill number 13, which is the sales process. My name is Osinde John and I'll be your mentor. So let's get started. Now, the sales process comprises of the following. It comprises of prospecting, it comprises of contacting, it comprises of presenting, and it comprises of closing and following up. So let's talk about prospecting. So prospecting is the art of identifying your target market. So the moment you're able to identify your target market, it means it will be very easy for you to grow the business with the right people. One of the things that made me never grow much faster is because I had the wrong market. I didn't have the right people to talk to. So you need to identify the right market for you to be able to share this business with. Next point is the first and most crucial thing is you need to make a name list. A name list is just a list comprising names and contact numbers of individuals you intend to share this business with. Okay, so a name list is the most basic but most underestimated tool in the sales cycle, or rather in the sales activities, and you need to have your names set right. If you don't have a list, you'd end up continually thinking of whom am I going to talk to, because you have already cleared or rather exhausted your list of individuals whom you would have shared this business idea with. So make sure you have a name list, you have a proper name list, and make sure you have learned how to update it the right way. Next is the list is just a general list of people. They are not yet prospects, but we can say they are suspects. And suspects are everywhere. You just need to identify them. Not everyone is a prospect, but everyone is a suspect. Not everyone is a prospect, meaning not everyone is going to accept the business offer you're going to give them, but everyone can become a suspect. So suspects are everywhere. We just need to identify them. We just need to say that now this is where we have the suspects. We're going to start with these ones and then see which ones among this list are going to pick the idea, or rather are going to say yes to the opportunity. And those are the people we will grow with. So that is how it goes. That is how it usually is. Every person, we have a lot of suspects and prospects. So there's also the factor to consider in. If you want to hit some targets when it comes to prospecting and presenting the business idea, you go more, you talk to more, you prospect more. That is how you're able to balance on your options. Okay, next thing is contacting. So contacting is basically qualifying your suspects and turning them into prospects. Okay, so find out if somebody needs the product or the business. Find out if somebody needs an opportunity to help them be able to make an extra source of income. Find out if someone is financially pressed and you're trying to give them a solution to help them be able to succeed, and things like that. When contacting, don't say too much about the business. When you're contacting and prospecting, you're not there to share the business. You're there to guide someone to find the right place where they can learn more about the business. You're not there to present the business. You're there to direct individuals, and you're there to find who is on the suspects list and who is coming to the prospects list. That is what you need to do. When contacting, don't say so much about the business. Just be very brief, be direct to the point. Make the person you're talking to understand that you're inviting them to come and learn about the business. If the person is asking you a question that is elaborated in the business presentation, tell them they will get the answers in the business presentation. Maintain the posture, be strict. Okay, so some prospects will manipulate you. They will want to manipulate you to telling them more about the business before they see the whole idea. That is the nature of how they are. You have to have very strong principles. You tell them, if you need to learn about the business, you have to go and watch the materials that we have prepared. That material is standard because it will elaborate to you everything. Sometimes what I like telling people is, you can never learn how to become a millionaire via voice note on WhatsApp. If you want to learn how to become a millionaire, I can't give you a presentation and ask you to go and have a look at it, and then you want me to do a shoddy work of introducing you to the plan, yet you don't want to put in the discipline into learning. I like telling them like that. I tell them, if you want to benefit from the business like me, you must be willing to learn. Knowledge is given for free, but you must pay attention. Okay, so that is how it goes. So when contacting, don't say too much about the business. Just tell them that I'm here to only invite you to come and learn about the business. If you want to get all the questions or the answers to questions you have, follow the presentation. That is one thing you need to put in mind. Number 3 is presenting. So when it comes to presenting, you need to have the tools. It depends with where you're doing your presentation, but you need to have the tools. If you're doing online presentation, you need to have the necessary tools for online presentation. If you're doing a one-on-one, you need to have the necessary tools for that. If you're doing a public presentation, you need to have the tools for that. So you have to keep it short and simple. You have to keep the presentation short and simple. Don't make it too long. Don't make it too long, so that the person you're presenting to gets fatigued. The moment the person you're presenting to gets fatigued, they start thinking like, you know what, when I'm going to start doing these presentations, I'm going to struggle the same way this gentleman in front of me is struggling and sharing the business to me. So don't make it look like that. Make it very brief, make it very enjoyable, make it step by step, easy to understand like that, okay? So you talk about the company profile, and the company profile you talk about when was the company founded, where, by who, how has the company been expanding, to which countries, to how many countries, the legalities, is the company legit and things like that. How does the company partner with other countries, and how does the business get to join into another country? When did the business came into your country? How many years has it been in your country, and things like that. Next, you talk about the products. So the products here, you elaborate briefly all the products with major emphasis to C24/7, and then from there you'll be done. Next thing, also at the products, you can be able to show some of the testimonies of people who have been able to recover because of products and things like that. Next, you go to the plan. On the plan, we said you mentioned the first 3 ways of making money, which are very important. Direct referral bonus, retailing, which is usually optional. So someone can sell if they want to, or they can just leave it like that. It's not a must. And then the second one is now direct referral bonus. If maybe you have been able to understand what usually happens is that in network marketing, you get compensated for being able to introduce someone into a plan. It's like you're educating people to understand what usually happens over here. And for you doing that, you're getting compensated. So you have to elaborate the direct referral bonus. Also remember, you have different packages. We have ED 2.0 packages and ED 3.0 packages. So you have to elaborate that. And then now you talk about now the matching bonus, where now we talk about the left and right. How much money do you make with 1 account, with 3 accounts, with 7 accounts, with 15 accounts, if you have the associate package, depending on which country you're sharing the business from. And then also, how much money do you make if you have the mega package, and if someone is joining you with Digiverse, Technoverse, Megaverse, and all those packages, you get to elaborate to them briefly so that they understand that money can be made here in a very big way. So after the first 3 ways of making money, now you brush through the remaining ways, because those ways, they are clearly elaborated in the technical training. And then now you go to the closing section. The closing section is where now you are bringing the attention of your prospect into wanting to be part of the business. Here now you are giving them the facts to help them make a decision, to help them become part of the business. You're trying to now persuade them. You're telling them that now, if this is the problem you have and you truly want to solve it, one of the best way to solve it is with a business like this and things like that. So next thing you have to remember is that as a mentor, you have to do the first 5 presentations with your, or rather, if you're someone who is joining the business, you have to do your first 5 presentations with your mentor or your upline, so that you can be able to learn from them. You can be able to understand how it is done, and you can be able to practice it on your own, okay? So remember also to edify your prospect, or your upline. Edifying your upline simply means you're giving your upline those good titles and ranks, and you're calling him with names of respect and all that before you introduce them to the prospect. You can say he's a travel delegate, he's one of the top executives, silver executives we have he's a silver executive we have in the business, he's one of the top health specialists we have in the business, and things like that. So you're giving out the good qualities of a leader that makes you believe in them, and then you're sharing this with someone who wants to listen, or rather wants to get something from your upline. So that is how it is. Next is closing. Remember, your confidence and conviction is the number 1 closing tool. You have to be confident. You have to believe in the business that you're working on. If you do not believe in the business, it means that the person you're talking to is not going to be comfortable about it. He's going to doubt everything, okay? So you also have to answer the question, why should I join you? Market yourself. This is the time to market yourself. The person who is listening to the business presentation already has so many questions going on in his head, and they cannot tell you these questions, all of them. And some of the questions they never ask you. So you have to understand that when you're talking to this person, he's trying to look for a way. If he's still there, listening to you, and you're guiding and he's following through, you need to tell this person why he needs to join the business and why he needs to join under your team as fast. So that is what I mean by answer the questions, why should I join you? So you're trying to tell this person that this is what we have in our team. If you get, for example, if you get to join me, you're going to get this. You can even use that. You say that now that you've learned about the business, if you get to join my team, this is what I'm going to ensure that you have access to. You have access to training, support, mentorship, guidance, blah, 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 things like that. So that this person understands that, wow, I see. If I get to join this team, based on what this person is telling me, these are the things I'm going to experience. And if that is true, then let me join the business. That is now what we mean by, why should I join you? You have to answer that question. Market yourself very well. Next. Sell your strategy. Sell your strategy. Which strategy are you using to help people be able to succeed in your business? So instead of now convincing the person, telling them so many things about, this person, you need to join the business, it's a good business, we're going to help you make money. Those ones, they don't count. You need to think outside the box. You need to sell your strategy. Tell this person, we have a plan to make our first millionaire, and this is what we are doing. This is the procedure we are following through. You have to let them know, okay? Next thing, sell the vision and the dream of maybe your team and maybe your own vision and your own dream. This one, it exposes the person you're talking to into a challenge, okay? So they see that, okay, so if I'm talking to this guy and this guy is in this team and this team, this is what they want to achieve in the next coming years, why don't I join them so that I achieve it with them? Okay, so that is the importance. You need to be able to be this kind of a person who can learn how to sell the vision of your team and also how to sell your own vision. It increases your chances of people joining your business and listening to you even more. Compliment them, compliment people, compliment your prospects for being able to undergo through the whole training, for asking questions, for wanting to learn more about the business, for creating time to come and learn about the business, for committing to want to get started with the business and things like that. You have to learn how to compliment your people in a genuine way. You can compliment how they look, you can compliment whenever they are keen to ask questions and things like that. It will help them. Next question, show them the role they will play in the team. You have to show them their roles. So if you're going to join in this team, what are you going to be doing? What is going to be your role? How are you going to play your role? You need to explain that to them so that they understand. It's very important. This one keeps them very close to the team and it helps them be able to achieve their goals much, much faster. Point number 5 is following up. So you have to understand that most people join your business after 3 exposures. You contact them, you tell them, they tell you no. You contact them again after some time, they tell you, I'm busy. You contact them after some other time, they tell you, let me listen to it. You contact them again, they tell you, let me join. That is how it is. Human psychology, or rather according to how humans behave, is that they reject anything they don't understand. And they reject that with a lot of conviction. Like, they are very sure that they are doing the right thing, rejecting it. But again, you find them, they're still struggling in terms of looking for finances and looking for a way to be able to maintain that good lifestyle. So for you to be able to get these people to join your business, you have to continue exposing them. If someone is always following you through, you'll always know if someone is following your statuses, someone is looking into your work, they'll get curious at one point and they'll want to share the joyful moments of the business with you, okay? So you have to understand that it takes a little bit of time to help people be able to change their lifestyle. People who have been conditioned since they were born, it takes a little bit of time, okay? So that is why you need to keep on doing the exposure. Use Facebook and social media to update your status, to update the progress of your business, to motivate and encourage and, be able to showcase what your team is doing and things like that, okay? So you can also use Facebook and social media to be able to attract the right people. You can get to build a very good stream of contacts from online there. Next thing, invite prospects to bigger events. Invite prospects to bigger events. Let them be able to see bigger events. Let them be able to learn. Let them be able to have a look at what is being done, what is being trained, what is being shared, what is this that is happening, okay, so that they can be able to learn more. There are some prospects who will want to gather more information. They will want to understand much more details before they decide to join the company. They will want to see like what is happening. What are these people up to? What are these people always sharing before they get started with the business itself, okay? So invite prospects to bigger events. Next thing, share achievements. Share your own achievements. Share the achievements of your downlines. Share the achievements of your uplines. Share the achievements of your sidelines. Let them be able to experience and see what is happening. Let them know that you're not the only one who is succeeding from the business. Let them know that there are other people who are also making it big, okay? Next thing is maintain good relationships. Maintain very good relationships with your prospects, with your team, with the people you're presenting the business to. Maintain good relationships. Good relationships are the gateway to better relationships in life. They are the gateway to meeting more people. If you maintain good relationships with someone, and then this person brings in a guy who is as hardworking as you, or rather who is more hardworking than both of you, it means you have won. Okay, so you have to learn the concept of maintaining very good relationships with your business partners, and this one is going to encourage healthy business development and healthy business growth in your team. Okay, so now that marks the end of our presentation, and I believe you have been able to learn 1 or 2 or 3 things that you need to keep taking note of when it comes to building this business. Remember, the more you do the right thing the way it is supposed to be, the more successful you're going to become, the more income you're going to attract, the bigger the team you're going to have, and the more life is going to be easier, okay? So now that marks the end of it. That wraps it all, and I believe you've been able to learn a few things. Apply the skills, implement the skills, and you'll be able to see good results. Ciao.